We shouldn't have gone back. A few years ago, my friend Jake and I had this thing for exploring abandoned places. It was reckless, but we were teenagers, and the thrill of sneaking into creepy old buildings gave us a weird high. Most of the time, nothing actually happened, just broken glass, moldy walls, and sometimes a squatter who scared the hell out of us. But this house was different. There was an old house on the edge of town that people avoided. It had been abandoned since the 70s, after the father of the family supposedly murdered his wife and kids before hanging himself in the basement. Everyone had a story about it. Strange lights in the windows, voices at night, shadowy figures. Jake and I had talked about going there for months, but we always chickened out. Until one night. It was a cold October evening. We'd had a few drinks, and Jake, always braver than me, convinced me it was time. "What's the worst that could happen?" he grinned. We climbed the rusted gate and approached the back of the house. The windows were boarded up, and the whole place seemed to sag toward us. The back door was unlocked, which should have been a warning sign. It creaked open slowly, revealing a dark, rotting interior. Immediately, the smell hit us. Damp wood, mildew, and something metallic underneath. Blood? Jake turned on his flashlight, and the beam cut through the dust-filled air. The wallpaper was peeling, and the floor was warped from water damage. We stepped into the living room, where an old couch sat beneath a smashed window. That's when we heard it. Soft, rhythmic creaking coming from upstairs. "Probably just the house settling," Jake said, but his voice was tight. We climbed the stairs. Every step groaned beneath our feet. The upstairs hallway was narrow, with 3 doors on either side. The last door on the left was slightly open. Jake pushed it open, and we stepped inside. It was a bedroom, small, with a single twin bed against the wall. Old toys were scattered across the floor. Stuffed animals with glass eyes staring at us. Jake's flashlight landed on the far wall, and we saw them. Tiny handprints, dozens of them, smeared across the wall in dark reddish-brown streaks. Some were so small, they could have only belonged to a toddler. "Dude, are those fresh?" Jake whispered. That's when we heard the sound. A soft giggle. It was coming from the closet. Jake shone the flashlight toward it. The door was cracked open. Slowly, it creaked open further, inch by inch. "Hello?" Jake called out. His voice shook. The giggling stopped. Then, from the darkness of the closet, a hand shot out, pale and thin, gripping the edge of the door. Another hand appeared, and then a face. It wasn't right. The skin was stretched too tight over its bones, and its eyes were black pits. The mouth opened too wide, revealing rows of small, pointed teeth. Jake screamed. The thing crawled out of the closet, fast, too fast, scuttling toward us on all fours. We ran. The other doors in the hallway started slamming open and shut. Bang, 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 as we stumbled down the stairs. The thing was behind us. I could feel it, a cold breath on the back of my neck. We made it to the front door, but it wouldn't open. Jake yanked on the knob. "Come on." Behind us, I heard the soft patter of bare feet on the wood floor. Jake threw his weight into the door. It burst open, and we spilled onto the porch, hitting the ground hard. We ran until we couldn't breathe, collapsing under a streetlight a few blocks away. Jake's hands were shaking. "You saw it too, right?" he whispered. I nodded. "Yeah." We never talked about it after that night. Jake moved away a year later. Sometimes I dream about that house, about the closet door creaking open, and those small, pale hands reaching out. Sometimes, I wake up in the middle of the night and hear soft footsteps outside my room. And sometimes, I hear the giggle.